Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about a comedy action called Bullet Train from 2022. A lot of interesting things are waiting for you. Enjoy your viewing. At the beginning of the movie, we are shown Kimura. He works for a mafia boss nicknamed White Death. Kimura is standing in a hospital room at the bedside of his son, who is on life support. Someone pushed the boy off the roof of a shopping center when the man was briefly distracted. The father wants revenge and has a note with a tip. The scoundrel who injured his son will be riding in a first-class carriage of a high-speed train bound for Kyoto today. Meanwhile, a killer with the call sign Ladybug, who has substituted a fellow craftsman nicknamed the Carver, is boarding the high-speed train. The mercenary's task this time is suspiciously simple. He needs to steal an ordinary case. Two friends of the mercenaries named Lemon and Tangerine. Their mission is to deliver home safely the son of the White Death, who was taken from the Chinese triad in a fight, and a case with $10 million, which they used to ransom in case of emergency. Kimura is looking for the person who pushed his son off the roof. He approaches the place indicated in the tip-off note. However, it turns out that a young girl is sitting there. In surprise, Kimura puts down his gun, and the beautiful girl knocks him out with a stun gun. Kimura regains consciousness. A pretty girl with the nickname Prince tells him that there is a man in the hospital where his son is lying, who will kill the boy if something goes wrong. It turns out that Kimura is a White Death 6, and the girl wants to blackmail him into killing his boss. Meanwhile, the Ladybug finds a case in the luggage compartment. The man feels that there is clearly a catch in such an easy task. Why hire his highly paid hitman for a simple theft? At this point, the Tangerine is instructed to take the mafia man's son and the money, and then get out of the car. Lemon searches through all the bags in the luggage compartment, but does not find the case. And this is not surprising. After all, it was the case that was taken by the Ladybug. Tangerine tells his partner that without the suitcase with the money, they are potentially dead, because the White Death is a 2-meter-tall man. He is from Russia, and once killed the head of the Yakuza, creating his own criminal empire. Tangerine and Lemon decide to split up to find the missing briefcase. They return to the mafioso's son, and then see that while they were choosing a strategy, someone sent the boy to the other side. The train arrives at the next station. Ladybug wants to get off, but runs into Lemon. He offers to give the case in exchange for his life. The enemy thinks that he killed the son of the White Death, so he attacks. The assassins fight, and in the end, the Ladybug knocks out his opponent. While Lemon is unconscious, the insidious hero mixes a horse's dose of sleeping pills into a bottle of water just in case. He notices the dead son of a mafioso, and then realizes that there is someone else on the train. Prince accidentally finds the same case by following a Ladybug. She puts explosives inside, which will go off as soon as the case is opened. The girl explains to Kimura that his task is to hand the case over to the White Death and make sure that he opens it personally. Meanwhile, the Ladybug learns from the curator about another assassin nicknamed Hornet, who uses snake venom, and judging by the blood in the eyes of the White Death's late son, it is her handiwork. It is unclear who hired her and why. Tangerine finds the man. The two professionals get into a fight. However, the fight suddenly stops when the mercenary's boss calls. He again demands that they come out with the case and their employer's son. Otherwise, they will be executed. The men realize that they are in a hopeless situation. They come up with a brilliant idea. Ladybug picks up a completely random suitcase. Tangerine go to the station and tell their employers that the money is there, and their son is sitting in the carriage. The case is accidentally opened and underwear falls out, after which the killers barely have time to escape. The Ladybug talks her partner's teeth into submission, and then pushes the Tangerine off the train in the last seconds before departure. However, he manages to get back on. Kimura begs the girl to remove the killer from his son's room, because he has agreed to all the conditions. Suddenly, an unsuspecting Lemon approaches them. He asks about the man with the silver suitcase, and then drinks water that has been spiked with sleeping pills. Prince replies that she has not seen any case. Lemon then realizes that the girl is an unforeseen element in the mosaic of recent events. The girl pretends that she is just a hostage. Suddenly, the mercenary notices a gun in the alleged victim's handbag. He wants to eliminate her, but unexpectedly a sleeping pill dissolved in water knocks him out. Prince shoots the Tangerine's partner without a drop of regret, and then hides the case with the explosives in the same place where he took it. At this time, another killer finally manifests herself. She attacks the Ladybug. During the fight, the opponents stab each other with a deadly substance. The female killer gets the antidote, which her opponent successfully injects into his neck, and the Hornet dies in agony from his favorite kind of murder. Meanwhile, the Tangerine finds the body of his partner, the Lemon. He receives another call from the mafia boss, after which, in a fit of rage, he tells him everything he thinks about him. White Death, for his part, reveals a surprise. He bought all the tickets, and now only experienced killers are in the cars. Then the prince appears, and once again pretends to be just an accidental victim. The ladybug doesn't suspect anything yet. He enters the carriage with them and tries to protect the victim, and as a result, kills the tangerine. The hero and the cunning girl are traveling in an empty carriage. Kimura's elderly father, whom everyone calls the Elder, sits down at a table nearby. He knows that the prince is the one who threw his grandson off the roof of the shopping center. The girl explains that she did it to kill the White Death. She threatens him and manipulates the boy, but the wise old man breaks her. It turns out that he left the boy under the supervision of a professional killer who got rid of the mercenary. The older man lets the girl go and tells the ladybug that many years ago he was the right-hand man of the Yakuza leader. He was also a contender for the Yakuza leadership. However, a crazy Russian killer called White Death appeared and took his place. Now the old man is on his way to the terminus to take revenge on the mafia boss. The older man asks the hero to help his son, who turns out to be a survivor. The lucky killer, Lemon, also regains consciousness, and turns out to be wearing a bulletproof vest. The senior orders the killers to stop quarreling with each other, because now they all have only one task. They need to survive the battle with the White Death and his thugs. The train arrives at the final station. The mafia boss and his thugs enter the carriage and are met by the prince. Then it turns out that she is his daughter. The girl pulls out a gun, then expresses the resentment that has accumulated over the years while she was growing up. The White Death grabs the gun, after which the prince asks to shoot her. But the trick with the booby-trapped gun does not work. The mafiosi simply leave with her weapon. Meanwhile, the ladybug enters the platform. The thugs immediately take the suitcase. The villain asks about the other killers, and is told that they are all dead. After that, the White Death tells him about everything that happened. It turns out that all the coincidences are not accidental, and the killers were gathered in a high-speed train by his will. It all started with the fact that the Tangerine and Lemon did not fulfill the order well, so the mafia boss hired them. Because in his absence, a car exploded where he was supposed to be. However, his beloved wife was in the car. The best heart surgeon could have saved her, but he was poisoned by a killer hornet. Just a day before this accident, the White Death ordered his son to be killed because his wife had left the house that fateful day to get him out of another riot. His beloved wife was killed by a killer nicknamed the Carver, who was replaced by a ladybug on this train. That is, the mafioso thinks that the ladybug is actually the one who killed his wife. At this point, the boss's men finally open the case. The explosives detonate. After that, the hero, like his enemy, is thrown into the vestibule by the blast wave. At this moment, Lemon starts the high-speed train. White Death and the Elder meet in the carriage. They begin to fight. The train accelerates to a tremendous speed, and Lemon, saving the ladybug, jumps out with the enemy. The mangled train flies over the end of the railroad tracks at high speed, then stops, destroying half of a residential neighborhood. The bloody villain approaches the miraculously surviving ladybug. After that, he wants to kill the killer, despite the fact that the ladybug is not the killer of his wife, but simply a substitute. He shoots him, but kills himself because of the explosives in the gun. The daughter of the deceased mafioso appears and shouts that she is now in charge. However, she is suddenly run over by a truck driven by a miraculously surviving Lemon. If you have watched the video so far, you should know that I am happy to have viewers like you. Thank you for watching to the end. Subscribe to the channel and follow the news. Klontsak Recapped was with you. See you soon.